Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to another Pro Evolution Soccer 2020 coaching session where we get one of our subscribers to send in a video and we analyse their gameplay and try and give them some tips on how to improve. So this player actually just wants to make the jump from Superstar to Legend difficulty. He's finding it really difficult and he's playing as Bayern Munich and he's up against Borussia Dortmund. So early on what I really noticed was the amount of power he's putting on all these passes. It's very, very low. And here, I'm pretty sure, without speaking to the chap, I think he wants to do that pass there. And what you're going to see happen is actually it's going to be dropped back and intercepted. So either just wait and bring the ball backwards, or, wait until the space opens up. Here, I think you just need to... I noticed you just turned over possession here. As the ball is played across here, he's under no pressure. Just bring the ball down, and then either feed it into the midfielder here where there's a big gap between the two players. Or, you could bring the ball down, and if this player comes short, then just play a short ball in there. But he is marked, so, yeah. Here you just need to bring the ball down and not turn over possession too easily. Good bit of super cancel there just to move your player forward and win that header. I like this, the fact that you're going backwards and cycling the ball. A lot of players can learn from that. Too many people are so want to get the ball forward all the time, so it's good to see they're actually using backwards movement and lateral movement as well of the ball. Here, that's really nice build-up play, lovely touch. Might be possibly need a bit of super cancel used there just to cut inside the defender. I really like that. Really good bit of play. Okay, looks like he's going to be using a drilled corner. Yes, he is. Yeah. Punched away by Neuer. And, sorry, not Neuer. Your Bayern Munich, sorry. So here's Haaland on the ball. Into Sancho. Torgan Hazard. Good bit of defending there. I like that. The fact that you went to the side of the player and then muscled him off the ball just by... By coming in at that angle, so possibly a better usage of super cancel there just to get around their player. Good pressure, you played good pressure there, but Haaland, forced him to sort of shoot from that range. He had no other options. The other two options he did have were pretty well covered by the two central defenders. So Dortmund are actually playing a 3-4-3, and Bayern Munich are playing a more or less a 4-4-2, but with the central midfielder, attacking midfielder, right midfield and left midfield positions, with support strikers Müller and obviously the centre forward is Lewandowski. So here's Sancho. Now, one of the positions you don't want Legend difficulty to get in is these wide positions, because they're crossing, honestly, if they cross the ball in the box, even I find it very, very difficult to stop how pinpoint accurate their crossing is. Let's see what he's doing here. So he's putting a man on the line. Different. I mean, everyone defends free kicks in different ways. I prefer to jump the wall and then select the goalkeeper and move him across. If you see my complete defending tutorial, you'll see what I'm talking about. Oh, that's really unlucky, to be fair. Let's have a look at this again. So, I mean, there's not a lot you could do there. You've tried to close the player with the ball down. It's taken a wicked deflection. It's looped over your defender's head. The defender you got coming in, I think you've committed a little early. I mean, this is a very, very hard goal to stop, in my opinion. This is just one of those goals you just think, there's not a lot you could have done. But here, I think you've gone press to shoot to clear. But perhaps thinking where the ball is now, this player would be selected and you think he was going to head it away. But in fact, the player selection selected this player, and therefore he's tried to follow through. Let me just play out through again because the video clip got a bit mashed up there. But yeah, so it's just taking a wicked deflection here, and that's destroyed you more than anything. That's just a goal that I don't think you can do much about, to be honest. You just have to hold your hand up and say, yeah, okay, computer got a bit lucky, a bit fortunate. But like I said, don't let them get crosses in. Maybe adjust your compactness settings so that you're not too compact, because it's okay being, or you know, it's okay like defending the central areas, but once they get those crosses in, you know, there's not a lot you can do sometimes. So definitely think about adjusting your compactness so your fullbacks stick out a little bit more, or just to change your you know, your defensive settings to instead of the middle containment, try a wide containment. Stop them going to the wings. Okay, see how you've got two players here. I don't know if you noticed it too soon, but you want to get back. When your player was here, I was thinking you've got to get out here. And same for back here. I noticed that you had this player and sort of hang around in this area, but I would probably use the right analog stick and bring a player just to stop him playing the ball forward. And in that way, you know, you can sort of force them to play a long pass from defence. Similar to that. I mean, you did a great job there. And I don't know if you played the offside trap or whether that's just, you know, just your defence moving up naturally. Really, really good play there. So there's a lot to like. Like I say, this passing, I think you've just got to see how it's sort of bubbling along the floor. And sometimes... Oh, yes. Okay. So when you're doing these passes, watch out. Because you're not putting enough power on it, it's sort of bobbling along the floor. And it's sort of slowing your play down. And also when you're passing, you don't want to do passes like on a 180 like you did there. Because it just reduces the accuracy, and yeah, it's just going to kill your sort of flow of play. So don't be afraid to take a touch first. And there you've turned and passed, and your player sort of hasn't reacted, and Haaland's all over it. Wouldn't necessarily dive in too much. I find that, I don't know if it's like a mechanic built into the game, but if you do a slide tackle, don't expect to touch the ball. And again, in the wide area, you don't want the legend AI here. I mean, luckily for you, they're cutting inside for some reason. But for me, they love going on the outside and getting the balls into the box. Especially the likes of Haaland. Do you think that'd be a really effective way of scoring? So I know it looks like you're having trouble creating chances, so we're going to be looking at that. Oh! That's why that corner is so effective. I mean, you're inches away from leveling the tie. So really good set piece delivery. I don't think there's much you need to alter there. You know, you could look at my the pro corners technique and just adjust on that, especially with the likes of Lewandowski and Muller. I think they would be absolutely devastating from those sort of corner techniques. So a long ball up here. Nice little flick on. Good interception there. One thing you will notice about legendary difficulty is if you're a goal up, it gets easier, and if you're a goal down, if you're a goal down, it gets easier. If you're a goal up, it gets harder. Oh, beautiful effort. Unlucky. So unlucky that. To be honest, there's not, from this first half, there's not a lot of like negatives you need to work on. You're very, very close to really, like, I would say you're doing a pretty good job competing with legend difficulty. You know, the goal was a bit unfortunate. The only thing I would just tighten up is your passing. Just work on your passing a little bit more. Maybe I need to do like a passing tutorial, just so, you know, what I take for granted, and I just think, oh, this is really basic, and no one needs a tutorial on passing. But oh, okay. I mean, that's unlucky. You just got done by the player select button there. Possibly holding super cancel. It's hard to tell. Now here, my alarm bells will be ringing. Let's go back. a little bit. So as soon as you win that header there, yeah, I think you've gone to press the player select button, and that's what's caused your player to miss the ball there. But as soon as this guy picks the ball up here, I would probably look to select this guy here and just move him across just a little fraction just there to close any gap or any through ball that might be played there, and then apply a secondary press, whoever it is. So this guy here has obviously got the secondary, would be the, if you were to use a secondary press, but I imagine the second player indicator would be this chap if you were to select him. So use the right analog stick, use the right stick to select this player here, move him across, close that angle, stop any, because you know this guy's a threat. You know this guy's a threat, and this guy's not marking anyone anyway. So yeah, let's play it on. Yeah, as soon as he turns, you're dead. And I think if you brought the other player across to support, you'd have two players on him, and then you could cover both ways, which you could turn just by applying the secondary press again. But you know, you don't do a lot wrong. You just got a bit unfortunate with Coutinho there. To be honest, I don't think there's a lot wrong with your defensive aspect. I think it's just going forward. And look at this. The passing again is letting you down. So you just need to work on your passing. Just apply a little bit more passing. I don't know if you're playing on PA2 or PA3. It'd be great if you could let us know in the comments. Because if you're using PA3, then the power really doesn't matter too much, and I'm focusing on the wrong thing. But it just seems that way because you're just applying not enough power on your passes to get it dynamic. Again, take a touch. I always take a touch. Face the way you want to pass, and then release the pass button. Don't. Okay, the fake shot or fake lob caused you to lose the ball there. Just do a normal turn. Just shield the ball. Let's play my shielding ball tutorial. But it's the passing that you really need to work on. Just take a touch. Make sure you're facing the way you're going to actually play the ball, and then play the ball forward. Oof. Okay, struggling a little bit with Haaland and his turns. I mean, they are hard to stop when the AI does this. And if you find that you're having problems, perhaps just try adjusting your defensive line. Try adjusting your attack and defensive strategy. So I know you're just playing neutral continuously. Just try attacking here, just so your players push up the pitch a little bit more. Maybe hold your D-pad to the left, bringing your defensive line up a little bit, because it looks like he's getting on the edge of the box. You're sort of getting isolated one-on-one, and then you're just trying to second guess, and that's always a danger as to why he's trying to turn you. So think about just moving that defensive line up. Haaland's not the quickest of players, so I know the Bayern Munich defense aren't the quickest, but they're not too bad in terms of pace. So I would definitely look to think to just play a higher defensive line against this. Look at the who you're playing against. Here again, there's not a lot of options there. So make sure you go wide. I mean, it's very, very difficult. I mean, look at that. Look at this formation from Borussia Dortmund here. Look at that line there. I mean, that makes it very hard to penetrate, especially when you just got two strikers there, Lewandowski and Müller. Here, I would look to go wide. Maybe try and send this player on a run and just hold the ball with this player until this player's got to about here, and then feed him the ball down the line. That's probably one play you could make in this scenario, but you've just tried to pass it, I think, hoping it will go through. But that is a hard low block that Borussia Dortmund are playing there. It's going to be a hard defensive nut to crack, to be honest. Again, I wouldn't recommend diving in. To be honest, how often do I use slide tackles? Probably like one or two slide tackles a season. Like if someone's through on goal and I'm behind and I feel like I can get my foot around to make a last ditch tackle, that is the only time I'll use it. Because I know that, like I said, with the mechanics, it's really strange that if you make a slide tackle, they seem to keep the ball and you won't see it until they've had a shot on goal or you know, yeah, basically either your keeper saves it or it goes out of play or it goes in the back of the net, one of the three options. But you find that you won't see the ball for a long period of time. Okay, a little bit risky there, just going through the legs of their player. And here, you try to play the ball back inside when perhaps the winger would have been better. Don't be afraid to go down the wings. It's important. It's probably one of the weaknesses of Legend is to actually go down the wings. And then it's once you're there, knowing whether you can do skills to beat them. I haven't seen you use any skills yet, but definitely La Croqueta is probably the best against Legend difficulty and the most effective skill, which is the body feint. So check out the most effective skill tutorial. So here's this formation if you haven't seen it already. So let's bring on Alphonso Davies. It's good that you're sort of replacing your fullbacks. That is one of the most important positions to. Oh no, you've been done by the player select there, but you've recovered well. You got into the side of him and tackled him nicely there. So here you've got probably one of the best players at shielding in the game from a forward's perspective, Lewandowski. Here, Witsel is going to get hold of your man, and he's pretty strong as well. But if you let go of run here, because you tried to sprint, Witzel's going to just push you off the ball. If you don't sprint, you're going to hold Witsel off. And what that's going to do is it's going to leave the AI player selected behind you. And you're also going to be able to drive forward without any other pressure. So he'll be stuck to your back and you can just march downfield without too much hassle. Unless he applies a secondary press. But generally you'll find that no one else comes close to you because the AI think, oh yeah, I've got a player next to you, so I don't need to bring another player across. So, check out the shielding tutorial for that. This is good play. I like this, that some players, in that position would be so quick to pass the ball forward, but you've actually driven into the space. And here you're looking wide. I like that. Ball inside. Good effort. Good effort again. Oh, okay. So your player's facing 180. So you have to take a touch. Even if it means you could lose the ball, you have to take a touch. Because he's not going to score facing the wrong way. You've got to move to your left there, I think. The defender's too far away. Just push the ball this way, in this direction. And then, as it's on his weaker foot, I would do a finesse around the keeper into that corner. That's what I would have done. But never shoot 180 because it's just going to do that. Passes and shots, if it's a 180, don't bother. You have to play almost play like a robot when you're playing against Legend difficulty. You can't afford to gift chances away like that. Any good chance like that, you have to do your best. But to be honest, there's a lot of positives that you can take. I think you just need to work on your passing. Make sure you're not doing any 180 passes or shots. Make sure you bring the ball down. Use the wide areas more. Hopefully you're going to go wide here. But I knew you were going to go central because that's how you're playing. You're sort of abandoning your width where you have got, with the 4-4-2, you can double up on the wings with your fullbacks and your wide men. Good header there. I like that. I probably would have pressed shoot to clear. I don't know if you did there. Looked like you might have pressed pass. I always press shoot to clear just to be safe, just in case there is a Dortmund player waiting on the edge of the box and your player doesn't quite connect with the header properly. Oh, here, yeah, you've made a massive mistake there. You've brought your centre back out and it's absolutely killed you here. So here, you've got to know where Haaland is. And you can play him offside by going this way, but it looks like you're sort of going this way, which makes it easier for Haaland to sort of stay on side there. Let's have a look. Yeah, and then your fullback has ruined you by going, hey, I'm going to play Haaland onside. Thank you very much. And that ball around the corner is just absolutely killed you. There's no way you're going to get back and defend that. So positionally, just work on that defense. But there is a lot to like. There's a lot to like from what you're doing. Ah, do you know what? That's the first time you've got down the wing. That's the first time you've gone down the wing, and it's the 87th minute. Just look to use your wide players more often. Try a low drill cross. You had more time there. I think you could have drove into the box. Let's go back to that. In fact, let's have a look what you could have done here. Seeing how close this number 3 gets to you. Do you know what? Sorry, number 5. I think that might be Hakimi, is it? Yeah, it is Hakimi. I think if you stop running and just keep dribbling this way, you'll shield Hakimi off the ball. And then you might even be able to roll him and cut inside. And then from this position, you've got 3 players in this area of the pitch. I'm sure if you just did a low drill cross into one of these, or even from here, a low drill cross. So if we look at that, just a low drill cross there, edge of the box, plenty of space between him and his nearest 3 markers, and possibly it's a difficult chance because he would take this with his left, and chances are he would actually miss. And you haven't got time to take a touch because they'll close the ball down. But it's worth a go. It's worth a go. You never know. With Muller, he has got good finishing. So even with his left foot, I don't know what his weak foot accuracy is like, but it probably would have been better than that. But it was good and a positive sign to see you actually used your width that time and actually caused the AI a bit of trouble. Go wide. Go wide there again. As soon as you go to the middle, you'll find the legend AI just gobble up your strikers really, really easily. So always go wide and go away from their defenders rather than go into them. It's the main difference between superstar and legend difficulty. Oh, wonderful. Good defending there, to be fair. You did well to get back in. Sort of muscled him off the ball just a little bit. Enough for your goalkeeper to get a tackle in. So you just clipped him there just to close that gap with Neuer. First, I just want to say thank you so much for sending this clip in. This is really good, and you showed lots and lots of promise, and I don't think you're all that far away from taking Legendary on a full-time basis. Just work on your passing, adjust the pass strengths, and just make sure you're facing the way you're passing and shooting. Perhaps introduce a few skills like La Croqueta. Use the shielding as well. So check out the shielding tutorial. Just stop running with the ball basically and just put your back to your opponent and just let him shield off players nearby. But other than that, you use the wings more as well. Just use your width. You've got, you could have doubled up on his sort of wing backs for that 3-4-3 that they were playing. So you could have definitely exploited those wide areas a little bit more. And I think that's where you would have got your advantage. I just think that Borussia Dortmund were really compact. And they were happy for you to play through the middle and you just kept sort of feeding them that. So definitely think about just adjusting your style there, depending on what your opponent's doing. But honestly, there's a lot of positives. It's great to see that you're cycling the ball, using the players behind you as well as to the side, not always going forward. So that was really positive to see. Defensively, towards the end, you probably got a little bit disheartened by the result, and you're trying to, we've all done it where we push a defender out where we sort of know we shouldn't, and you got caught for the 3rd goal. But yeah, I mean, a lot of positives. Just I think your problem was just trying to break the legend difficulty AI down, trying to create chances, you sort of struggle to create chances. So just use those wide areas. Certainly the low cross would definitely help you as well. Just work on getting that low drill cross into your player's feet. That can certainly take some practice from those camera angles, because I admittedly had a lot of problems myself when I switched to the stadium cam, but once you get used to it, you'll be absolutely fine. That's all for now, ladies and gents. Thanks for joining me, and thank you again for submitting this video. And to those that are watching, please don't criticize, because not everyone's perfect. I'm not perfect, and there's always room for improvement for all of us. So yeah, thanks for watching, and thanks for joining us. And I look forward to seeing you in another episode of the coaching. And if you do want to get involved, check the description below on how you can submit your clips to me. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.